wasn't perfect. It did fade out, and I'm sorry, everybody. But welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis, remote home edition. My name is Leona, and this is Gretchen, and we're just gonna hang out and paint and vibe and have a good time. How are you this evening, Gretchen?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm going to apologize in advance for any animals that make noises during the show. We have all of the boys have been brought to the yard via mini painting, and we have the new kitten, the big cat, and the dog all on the dining room table. So
good stuff. So it's painting with friends, like we're painting with friends on stream, and you're painting with friends right there.
Right there. They are so excited to be there. And I've already had the kitten try to drink the paint water, and the big cat has tried to eat the minis. So it's fine.
It's a good night. It's gonna be a little bit more like gymnastics or like one of those.
You'll just see me like just bounce around, say no a whole lot. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Crash here and there in the background. Know that it's perfectly all right.
If we see the string or in the background the wire just starts.
That means the tape has failed and the kitten's grabbed it.
Not a ghost. It's a cat.
Just a dragon.
Just a dragon. Good stuff. Well, I want to say hi to people in the chat. Oh, why isn't it showing? I have people here. So anyway, you know what? I actually do have to show. Here we go. Hello, Jason. Hello, Josh. Hello, James. And hello, Ashlyn. And also JT. Hello. Oh, it seems really laggy tonight. I'm sorry.
We are working with what we got.
Yeah, it says my network connection is 5 out of 10. Good stuff. Oh. I'm sorry, everybody. If it's lagging, that is my fault. We're streaming through my computer internet, and previously it had been okay. Hello to Betsy. Thanks for joining. It's raining, so maybe it is affecting my internet. I don't think that's how it works. I don't have satellite. So, you know, it's fine. And there's someone else, and I'm not. Oh, and also Roger. Good evening. Good evening. So we are going to be doing a remote painting for this evening. Oh, Betsy has her son David painting here. Awesome. So I grabbed your photo, so we'll see that in about an hour, which will be really fun. So in the group, just so that everybody knows, Betsy posted some of her kids' miniatures that they were painting. So we have them on our mini showcase, which we will see in a little bit. So yeah, what happened? So we had some technical difficulties at the studio. It required us to not be able to use certain accounts, and that also included accounts on the live stream computer. So we then had to move remote, which is super fun because then it's just super chill time.
Yeah.
And Dave is actually on his way tomorrow to Australia. So that's why I'm here, not Dave. And it's not the threesome, the jolly three. Instead, it's the jolly two. I've decided. It's not Painting Happy Little Minis. It's the jolly two.
I like it. That kind of sounds like a candy.
Yeah.
What would you like today? What would you like from the store? I'd like some Jolly Twos, please.
Jolly Twos,
you can share. Yeah. Jolly Twos, the candy you share with friends.
And then it breaks apart, kind of like a Kit Kat. I'm loving this. This is amazing. Okay, so we're here to paint. We're here to chat. We're here to have a good time. Gretchen, what are you painting tonight?
So
what are you
I have a bunch of minis that I was gifted from a coworker, and they are Reaper minis, and they're a bunch of baby dragons. Very tiny.
No, this is not what I want.
So they're very, very small. And I was gifted them to paint because the coworker knew that I painted minis, and we all have different like color coded teams, and he wanted to do a little thing where we each got a dragon for our desk in our colors. So I'm painting a blue dragon at the moment.
Awesome.
And
so are you going to paint all?
Yeah, so this one's going to be all blue. I'm priming it with some Vallejo sky blue, and then I'm probably going to use some contrast paints to try to pick up whatever texture I can because it's so tiny. But I also have a dragon hatchling in black and a dragon hatchling in red, and they're all similarly very, very small.
Oh, so wow, look at that. They are tiny.
They're very small. They're all, they are infant dragons. They are hatchlings.
Truly miniature. That's nice. Tim says, hello, I'll be on more soon in a restaurant, and I can't actually turn up the volume. Oh, well, welcome. Thanks for joining us from your dinner.
I hope it makes your food taste better. I might get dinner delivered in the middle of the street.
Ooh, we're all here. I made myself, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to talk about food for a second before I talk about my menu.
I love talking about food. The Jolly too loves food. I don't.
I made myself, I don't know if you're familiar with like the Japanese like cabbage pancake.
Yes.
It's called, I forget exactly what it's called, like, here, let me get the name. Okonomiyaki. Anyway, I made myself okonomiyaki and it was so good. I kind of like wanted to cry. It was so good. So that was my dinner.
And, one day we'll get a cooking show, Leona.
Really do need a cooking show.
Are there any? Guri is asking if these are the older white plastic ones or the newer gray ones. They are the newer gray ones, and as per the bottom of this miniature, it says that it was made in 2014.
A good time.
Good. A nice vintage.
Also, some key love that comment. Welcome to eating happy little.
I really want to try making little candies. I've looked up so many things for like making cute little desserts that are miniature themed and like tabletop themed and stuff. But the thing I've come across is that in order to get molds that would be food safe and food appropriate for what I would want to make, because I'd want to make like hard candy dice.
Okay.
They have silicone molds for chocolate, but not for hard candy.
Right.
And even though they're food safe at certain temperatures for chocolate, if you're making hard candy, you have to make sure they're food safe at hard candy temperatures, which I would have to get custom ones made for like $200. Nope. Can't drink that.
That's funny. And unfortunate.
Yeah.
Ashlyn says, as per typical paint night fashion, my cat jumped onto the paint desk, and now I'm with one arm under furball.
That's okay. I have a tiny one trying to drink the paint, and a big one glaring from about 2 feet away.
I just imagine, like, I wish almost that you could just like take like he's just like. Sumkey says maybe some gingerbread terrain for Christmas.
I did that, and I ran out, like, I couldn't really get it all exactly how I wanted it last year, but I did get some a little bit of it done. I need time. Like I need like to take 3 days off of work so that I can just bake a whole gingerbread scene.
Oh, that would be so amazing. JT says, my paint desk is also my computer desk, and my kids have taken it over Roblox. Oh, no. Oh, no. Good stuff. My younger cousins love Roblox, and I was not familiar with what that game was. And so I was like, oh, is it like Minecraft? And my cousins were appalled and said, no, it is nothing like Minecraft.
Okay.
And it is completely different.
Like Minecraft.
And I was like, that's awesome. You do you, bro. But like, I just thought it was really funny.
I recently found out my niece really wants a bunny, but her stepdad and her bio dad, who she goes to for like on weekends and stuff, does not. They haven't said yet whether or not they give permission for a bunny. And my sister's like, just buy the bunny. And I'm like, this is a trap.
Oh no. Yeah.
So
recommendations in the chat what Gretchen should do.
I think the answer is get her a bunny. Eating chicken Alfredo from a can, but I have a Reaper sledgehammer assembled on my desk. First project in my new hobby room from Josh Potter.
Oh,
chicken Alfredo
awesome.
from a can's fine. Sometimes you don't want fancy food. Sometimes you want to eat food from a can. I don't know what kind of weird human instinct it is, but sometimes that's what you need in your soul.
It's true. I don't know why, but it's true. So what are you all painting? The difference between some bunnies is just splitting hairs. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm actually painting up this Ukatoa mini that a couple weeks, month or two ago, actually now, Gretchen and I did on the show. And we gave away the one copy of Ukatoa. And this is the mini that I started a while back. So it's funny because I pulled it out of the box and I was like, dang, this is really nice. And I almost thought Dave painted it. But I distinctly remember he was not there. I painted this. So it was kind of a nice surprise to see. I had actually done some like gradient. You can barely see it on the camera, but I had actually done some little bit of gradient between the dark skin, which is green, and like his belly.
Ooh.
And it looks really nice. And I'm like, wow, I did a nice thing. It's just normally I don't do a nice thing. Normally I'm like, so I'm very excited. And I'm going to take my time now. I have this like gray water, which I remember I wanted to make it almost feel like cold, very cold, brackish water. And so I'm going to go through and try and do a little bit of like what they call edge work with my paintbrush. So I can draw on some nice highlights and just brighten up the base area. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And it looks like, wow, a lot of people are telling us what they're working on in the chat. Okay.
Rush of creativity has happened.
No rabbits. My sister-in-law had tons and my brother hated them. Okay. It's because we spend our money on minis and we can only afford canned meat. Oh no. JT is hoping to hop back to the Sagnars. Oh, please help me with this word. As soon as I can reclaim my desk. Good stuff. And Betsy's working on digits from Sarcadia Quest. Very cool. Ashlyn's working on Valkia from Bloody this weekend. Work is so nutty busy. So I'm going slow. Yeah, that's fair. I think sometimes I was saying to my friend, because we were talking about ideas and working on projects, and I feel like there isn't enough credit given to half-finished ideas. Like, they're still good, right? They're just
it might just be not the right time for them.
Right. They are just not finished yet. But they're still a good, like, it's still totally fine that you're working slow or that the idea sat there for 3 years. Like, that's okay. It's good.
I definitely have a few things where the idea has just been there. And isn't it funny, like, sometimes when you come up with ideas for things and you're like, yeah, I'm working on it. And then, like, I will think back and be like, wait a minute, I came up with that idea in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, wow, who am I?
I did not finish. I'm not working on that. That is like a definitive hiatus. That is
That's fair. But it's an idea that's been on hiatus, and now it's back. It's
there.
ready
And
to live.
sometimes I have a little. I keep notes on my phone when I come up with good dialogue ideas for stuff, or like good little snippets of ideas for
That's a good
scenes
idea.
or artwork or whatnot. And I'll just update it. And one day I'll update it enough, and it'll just write a story for me. It'll just.
You'll pick like combined all or something,
Yeah,
and then it'll just be like a
one
full
day I'll
story.
write an AI algorithm that will
like
just write the boring parts, because that's what I struggle with writing books or comic ideas or anything like that. I always struggle with the in between parts that get you from like A to B, like the filler bits.
Yes. I feel that.
I don't want to write those. I just want you to magically know how we got to the next scene and the next interesting scene.
Yeah, I've found like, because I've honestly been practicing writing recently, I found that that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just like, well, I like writing like little vignette scenes, so I'll just write them and then push them together. And it's okay if the story is incomplete or like has missing parts. I don't mind. Jason said, I have a chest from WizKids recently pulled from the box of opportunity. Yes, I do remember that box from last week. And it sounds like you need a montage. Yes.
I always need a montage. Hold on one moment for me. I think I need to alert the husband to go grab the door.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll zoom in on myself here. So you'll be tiny. Telling a good story is like riding a bicycle. Good stuff. So, although I am also very new at painting, I've been watching the show for a while. So sometimes I pick up tips and tricks that Dave will talk about. All of you have been painting for quite a long time, longer than me. And so this probably is old news, but I really found this helpful when Dave talked about you take the side of your brush and then you pull it along edge, and then you call that edge highlighting. And I just found that to be amazing, and it kind of blew my mind. So I'm sharing with you all.
Let's see.
A little tip.
Let's try to find a nice dark blue. That sounds great.
So you painted it with like sort of a sky blue, right?
I did, and then I went over it with Soulstone blue.
Okay.
With the contrast paints to kind of get a little bit more of a little bit darker up on the top, and then the bottom underneath is still, well, the base is in the way.
Sorry.
Like under the wings is a lighter color, and under the belly is that lighter color. And I'm gonna see if maybe I can get a much darker blue to kind of start doing some blending. I don't want to do anything too busy, because it's such a small mini, and that'll look it'll be hard for your eyes to pick out different things. But I definitely want to see if I can get a little bit of that texture done up, and a little bit of that cat trying to eat the mini that I'm painting. But
that makes sense.
A little bit of the texture and stuff to blend it out, and then I'll go back and I'll try to highlight it.
I was using a rounded brush for my edge highlighting, and I've just realized I'm going to use a square brush, and actually, because then it gives me a longer and a straighter edge. I know you can edge highlight with really any paintbrush. This is just what I'm doing because my paintbrush is a little worse for wear.
I feel like most of them that I have at home are a little worse for wear. I am very much not nice to my paintbrushes.
Oh my gosh, I hear the cat. That's so funny.
That's the new one. That is the baby kitten.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
He has not learned how not to beg for food yet. And the
So food. I freaking love food. Do you need to grab food to eat or?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
As long as the kitten can't get to it.
Yeah, Ashlyn says meow meow.
He has a lot of opinions. His name is Smaug.
Now.
And he has a lot of opinions.
Let's see. Ashlyn or Josh not much good at writing either, but I'm a champ at reading. Any word up to 2. That's funny. Oh my gosh, my dog. You're speaking of your cat. My dog is being really whiny right now, so I might have to like let him in and come hang out with me. Our animals are really a treat. We love them. Ashlyn said my Cheneth box arrived yesterday, and I cannot wait to dig into the new novieties. I said that wrong. I'm sorry, Ashlyn. Already traded off the towel, but definitely going to have to get a few more bows when the GW puts them in standalone boxes. Very cool. That's awesome. I'm very excited for you.
Hey.
James says, I started painting at 13 and now I'm 59. Wow. It's a long time.
It really is. It's a long time to stick with something, too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I honestly feel a little bit that way, like my obsession for anime.
Yeah.
Like, anime will always be with me. I'll be 75 and I'll be like, I love Sailor Moon.
I feel very similar. My favorite thing, though, is that I don't always come across as someone, I guess, to other people that likes anime or nerdy things. Like, for people who know me, they're like, yeah, Gretchen, like, she likes these things. No. Kitten. Travis. Yeah.
Betsy says, we love our friends. Let the puppy in. Just, okay. I'll pick him up so you can see him.
But yeah, at work, I think I like startled someone because like I was dressed very like businessy, and they were wearing an anime hoodie that I recognized, and I complimented them on it, and they very much were like,
they're like, who are you?
I don't know if they thought I was being sincere. I thought they were. I think they thought I was being like Mean Girls, and I was like, no, I'm not being Mean Girls. I'm being Elle Woods.
Oh no! Oh no! Now that my dog's here, he's gonna bark at me, which is super fun. He's gonna hang out. Okay, he's gonna hang out. Good. That's good. That is good. So yeah, I think I like tripped up on my own thoughts earlier. Yeah, painting Happy Little Minis Pet Edition. Yeah. This is true. If you want to see more of Dog, just let me know. I'll just have a dog. I watch some Twitch streamers, and he literally, this one guy, he plays piano. 1, he's really good. 2, he just has a camera set up for where his cat sits on this chair.
I love it
the whole
so
time. And it's so cute. And it's called Cat Cam, and he always has it.
That's really cute.
And I'm like,
really cute.
It's amazing. I love it. It's honestly my favorite thing.
I'm gonna put this guy to the side. He's very blue and very small still.
Yeah, he's almost like sapphire blue.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put him to the side so he can dry so that whenever I
Okay.
go back in for more little details, he's not as it doesn't get muddled. And I will open up the red dragon hatchling and see if I actually have any red paints. I know I have a bunch of blue ones because all the paints that I have are paints that I grabbed to paint the frost giant.
Oh, the frost giant.
Oh
no, back in the day.
I think I do.
I think Josh Potter has that frost giant. Josh, do you have that one? I'm pretty sure you do. How is he? But yeah, that doesn't. Maybe there were like some skin tones.
Yeah, I have some black red here.
Okay.
So there's definitely that. Let's see.
We need to be able to send bits and give fur friends treats. Oh, that would be so. Like on Twitch, you can give bits and like interact, and that would be actually really funny. What we need to do is a stream pet, and just Smaug is now stream pet, and you just bring Smaug in.
Oh, that's a Calcifer. Poor Calcifer.
True. Actually, Calcifer would be upset every time.
He's like sitting right out, just like right in the corner, just like, and he always has his paw like arm up and around, like he's talking to you on the back of a chair. Like that's how he always.
I love that. I think he's upset because he was baby, and he's like, I'm not baby.
Well, now he's chaos. He's very happy with he's very happy with having a playmate.
Okay, that's good.
Let's see. Does this color
is that red working for you?
I'm looking to see what other colors I have with the contrast paints as well.
Oh yeah.
So I have a lot of fleshy colors. I don't think I grabbed a lot of red.
Name his scratching post The Desolation.
He's enough on his own. He's
that's so funny.
Like a brownie color. There's orange. Okay, well we're just gonna go in with black red, and then we're gonna go over with flat red, and that's what we're gonna do.
That sounds good.
I can smell my dinner.
Ooh.
I'm like, this is rude.
What did you order?
Ramen.
Oh, I love ramen. Anyway, you can see I was also in the Japanese food vibe because I made myself that like street food dish. So it's all good. Yummy, yummy. At least bits for belly rubs and ear scritches. Yeah, that's true. What if we pet fish for the stream? Would anyone be opposed? Oh, Gretchen, for some reason you're muted.
I fixed it.
Okay, cool.
I accidentally just touched it as I was getting paint things and cats out of the way.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah, so I'm using, I'm not even sure you can kind of see the blue color I'm using. Let's see if I can get, it's like a blue-gray. And that's what I'm putting on top of the actual gray that I put on the water for the edge highlighting. And then I'm thinking on the parts where it's like splashing, I'm going to go through and maybe add a mixture of the blue, gray, and white to kind of make it seem like what do they call surf? The surf of the wave? The crusting of the wave. We'll see how well that works. It may or may not. Yep, cat got her tongue. Ha 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 ha. You should cook those men, never have them raw. Ah ha 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 ha. Raw and wriggling, it's true. I like them raw and wriggling.
I like your Gollum impression. A+.
I couldn't help. I realized I was like, oh no, here it comes. Like, I didn't commit to it as much as I think my brain wanted to. That's like, don't get me started playing Princess Bride. I love that movie. And I had friends over, and
I really love that movie as well.
And like, my friend said one line, and I just started going.
Mine?
And he's trying to do stuff, and I'm like, no, we're still in the scene.
I used to have a game with my best friend. She lived with me for a while, and she would, like, something that brought her joy was to put on Jurassic Park and then time how long it would take me to realize she was playing Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
I think the shortest amount of time was like within 3 seconds. It was within the first 3 notes of whenever the Universal logo comes up.
Yeah.
And I popped my head and I was like, you're watching Jurassic Park?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's actually really funny. I love that.
Actually, I haven't watched that in a bit. It's about time. It's about time for my...
You're like, need a rewatch. It's funny, I remember someone telling me they never rewatched movies, and that blew my mind, because growing up, that's like the only way my family watched movies. Like, we would always rewatch them because we only had them like on tape or whatever. And so we would just constantly rewatch them. Or we would buy them from or rent them from Blockbuster or whatever movie store, and then you only had like 14 days. So my parents, being my parents, were like, we better watch this freaking like 5 times.
Like, and there's certain movies I have to be in the mood for.
That's fair.
There's definitely certain ones where I'm like, I gotta, like, right now I have Labyrinth saved on like my to watch list, but I haven't really had a time where I've been like feeling it is time to watch Labyrinth.
Gotcha. That's fair. Yes, you fall victim to one of the classic blunders. The most famous of which is not involved in the Lemon War in Asia, but only slightly less known is never broke Mrs. Bride to death when death is on. Yes, that's so good. I love that. Betsy says, I did that with Never Ending Story one time. I recognized the song less than a second into it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You just hear, it's something like, I don't know. I'm going to be 100 years old and I will be watching Jurassic Park and quoting it on my deathbed. And people are like, that's a weird movie for an old person. Be like, I don't care.
Like, it was my life. Well, it wasn't your life, but
and
it was very moving.
It might be my life by then. I don't know. Technology. I remember one time I was in the car with my dad, and like we were talking about Jurassic Park and technology and cool like things, and he like pulled the car over and got real serious for a minute. And that's not like my dad, so I was like,
okay.
And he goes, you'd do it, wouldn't you? If you could bring back dinosaurs, you would.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah. Like, I didn't eat it in a second, but yeah. It was like, it was really, and then he just kept driving like it was completely normal. Like he had just had like this horrible, like big brain realization that his daughter, if given a bright, shiny red button that said, mayhem and chaos and destruction will happen, but dinosaurs will walk the earth again, I'd just be like, boop.
RS.
That was a fun time.
That's funny. Betsy says we love rewatching movies all the time. Yeah, I think it's, especially like as a kid, it's a thing that you like to do, and I mean also as an adult. Like I love stories and I love knowing stories, and so it did kind of blow my mind when this person told me that. I was like, oh, it's crazy. James said, I have seen Star Wars New Hope over 100 times, which it is the best one for personal opinion. But, so that's the good one to watch 100 times. How many times have you rebought A New Hope? That's a fair question. Yeah, I really liked New Hope. So when I think of Star Wars, I always just think of A New Hope, because that's my favorite one. Do you think that movies or any entertainment that speaks to us also speaks about us? Yes and no. So I don't think like if you love one thing, that's like who you are. But
I think it's more complicated than that because you don't know what about that media speaks to them.
Yeah, I think that's my, because I would say like I love mystery genres. I'm really into mystery. Literally like any whodunit mystery story, I'll sit down and watch no matter what, even if it's terrible. I still will watch it because I love mysteries. But I don't know if that says that. I don't know what that says about my personality, and I think it's almost like, personality tests or something where it's like you can't really get that. Yeah, you can't really get that much. You could say things about me like, oh, I love solving puzzles and all this stuff, which I think is true, but also I just like,
I feel like it's very easy, much with like astrology or personality tests, to be able to pick out things and find them easily defendable because they're vague enough. But like my love of Jurassic Park originated because my dad would watch the films with me.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So like, did I become obsessed with dinosaurs as a kid? Absolutely. But it was like that was part of it. I like, you know what I mean? It was a thing with my dad that kind of grew into this, into being interested into a thing, which grew into, kind of liking other science, like nerdy things. And I don't think I would have, I don't think I would have liked sci-fi or fantasy quite as much if I hadn't been introduced to it at a formative age, before I was probably technically supposed to be watching dinosaurs eat people.
Jeff Goldblum.
But like, I think it's more complicated than just you can pick someone apart by the movies they like. I think it depends on why they like those movies and stuff. Because I mean, I'm not just into Star Wars and sci-fi and comic books and Marvel stuff. I will absolutely watch all of the Christmas Hallmark movies.
Yeah. Gretchen, last year my siblings,
they're awful. I love them.
Yeah, no, they're awful. They're awful.
Good bad films.
They are. We found one on Amazon because we were kind of like watching through a couple bad ones and we were just having fun. And then we ended up finding one on Amazon. We didn't actually watch it, but we read the premise, and it's called My Christmas Ghost, which says a lot about the story already. And basically there's this guy who's like a haunted spirit who comes back at certain 1 week before Christmas every year, but he comes back as a full person.
Wow, that's very
this movie got around the fact he didn't have the budget to make him a ghost by having him just be a person. and the whole oh, hi Tyler, thanks for joining. Achoo, good to see you. The whole plot is that they fall in love, obviously, and then they
I
have
like
to
how you're
solve.
so they fall in love.
They have to solve this guy's murder before he disappears for another year or whatever. It's a good stuff. It's good stuff.
Last year I watched A Night for Christmas, and
oh yeah, I heard about. Wait, that the one with Selena Gomez?
Yes, with Selena Gomez.
Okay.
And she's a much better actress than that movie would have you believe. But it basically hit like every wonderful, like random Hallmark movie thing. And it was really funny because like the historical aspect was god awful, except for random, weird, like there was at least one person who understood random historical things, and that one fought to get like a fun fact. And
oh, you mean like on the script writing or something?
yeah, and there's like so many bits that just aren't explained, but you're like, that's okay.
That's so funny.
But I mean, it was really funny. It was good. Everyone go watch that.
It's true. I heard that, like, oh, I think it was my sister who saw it, and she was like, yeah, so the whole thing is that this guy, like, doesn't know all about modern life.
He doesn't, except like, sometimes he does. He learns really quickly.
Drives a car. Like, that really bothered her. That, like, in 2 seconds, he was just like, oh, this is how you drive a car.
It's really sporadic, like what things he understands. He's like really stupid, even for like just in general. But he's cute, so no one really cares. It's quirky.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that really bothered me was like at the end of the movie, like he has his horse again, and he just like rides it to the girl's house, and she's like, I guess it lives in the front yard now.
They're like, happily ever after. Also, Ashlyn says, sorry, not sorry, Die Hard is an Xmas movie.
I think it's acceptable. I think it's grown in many years to be
on this show. We'll agree with that. Undisputable fact. I saw the funniest. Speaking of Christmas movies, also I wanted to say hello again to Tyla. Thanks for joining. We're having a like paint at home stream, so Gretchen and I are painting in our respective places. My dog now really wants to go out, which is a good time, but I won't let him out. So yeah, I'm painting up the mini from the Ukatoa board game by Darrington Press that came out earlier in 2021, I believe, or it hit shelves in 2020, I think, but you could finally get it in 2021. And then Gretchen's painting up some little dinosaurs that her coworker gave her. Dragons. I'm sorry.
For once, it's dinosaurs every other time.
Dinosaurs with wings, maybe? No. Yeah. Fantasy dinosaurs, aka dragons. And you're painting them up different colors for different teams.
I am, for different teams, for our work. A lot of dry brushing.
There's a terrible Hallmark movie called Letters for Christmas. It's terrible. Santa's daughter falls in love with the guy.
Santa's daughter always is falling in love with people a lot.
I feel like I like know this movie because I watched it. Maybe is a different one, but I definitely watched a YouTuber who like did a review on either Letters for Christmas or something very similar, and it's really funny. Oh, so funny. I'm well aware I searched specifically for Critical Role streams. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining.
Cool.
Love Actually is our favorite winter holiday movie. I do really like that movie. Love Actually. And we have to watch it every year. Oh, that's so sweet. I really need to watch that again because that is genuinely a heartwarming movie. I do enjoy that. I'm at work cooking. Oh, well, good luck. And also be safe. Yes. That's the one? Oh, you mean the one that I was talking about? Yes. Okay. Who was it that I watched did a review on it? It was hilarious, and I would like to find that again because it's such a good review. What do I like better, White Christmas or Black Christmas? White Christmas I saw actually for the first time like 2 years ago, and why is it a Christmas movie? There's a Christmas about it. There's like it snows like once, whatever. Brontonaut says Lushly is a good one. Yeah, I agree.
I can't wait to see what new ones they come up with this year.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Did I already see a commercial for one?
There's one about like there's already like a one on Netflix.
White Christmas is a classic. I know White Christmas is a classic, but I hadn't seen it. I only like knew the songs from it, and I was really surprised that there's just like a dance number. Gretchen, have you ever seen this movie?
White Christmas?
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, it really blew my mind. How 50s, 60s it was. I was like, whoa. It's like I love it, but it was also like, and now there's a dance number. Why? I don't know what's happening. That YouTube guy who did the video, my favorite heartwarming movie is actually How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Oh,
that one's really fun. I have a special place in my heart for like silly little rom-coms.
Oh, that's fun.
Sometimes you just need a silly little rom-com. Sometimes
for me that's well, it's not Love Actually. It's the one with or maybe it is Love Actually. Now I have to look it up. Nope. What's the one? Okay, well, I'm not going to spend time trying to look up this movie while I'm like badly typing and also have a paintbrush in my mouth. The best part about the holiday season, Twilight Zone, Star Trek, Godzilla, Three Stooges marathon. I do love the Three Stooges. And yes, Andy Anderson is Goldie Hawn's daughter. Nice. Oh, I found the funniest thing, Gretchen.
Oh.
And it relates to Christmas movies. I'm sorry, my brain was in like 4 different places at once. And I have my dog like crying next to me. It's really great.
Aww.
I was like looking up, so I'm reading a book by Stephen King. And then for some reason I was on Goodreads and I was looking it up, like Stephen King. And one of the questions that I found was, I'm actually going to try and share it with the screen, and then I'll zoom in so everyone can see it. So it says, "Hello, Mr. King. What is your favorite movie to watch during this holiday season?" And he says, "My favorite movie this Christmas is Train to Busan, because to me, nothing says Christmas like zombies on a South Korean train." And I died laughing. I don't know. That made my whole day. I was like,
it's an interesting character.
This is the best thing ever. I don't know why I'm like, it's so great. So good. Oh, sorry, Tyler. I'm trying to figure out the delay so I can type accordingly. Yeah, apologies that there is a delay. Sometimes I read your chat. It's a little bit farther behind. It's all good. I appreciate you joining us. Somebody said, I had a friend that does a 24-hour marathon of bad Hallmark movies every year.
I want to be in bad Hallmark movies. I've been in the slasher, like I've been in a Halloween. Now I'm like, okay, we got to
You should be in a Hallmark film.
Yes. I just want to, how do I just produce my own? I need it so bad.
That's so good. For those who may have not seen it on Netflix, there was a Christmas movie called Jingle Jangle. And
that was really good though.
That was really good. Yeah, no, I was gonna say it's not like a Hallmark movie. It was actually genuinely very good and really did enjoy that. I'm hoping to watch it again this year. The music, speaking of musical numbers, I felt like they were a little more modern than the ones in White Christmas. So
They're a little bit more modern.
I didn't grow up watching that movie, so I think there's definitely an aspect of just like it feels very out of place for me. But yeah, good stuff. You caught me monologuing about Christmas movies. How are your little dragons coming along, Gretchen?
So this one's still very blue.
Okay.
And this one's very red. I really like how the red one's coming out.
Oh yeah, it has a nice like deep, like dark color to it.
Yeah. So I'm working with what I have here at home and doing a lot of little dry brushing. Try to get as many little details as I can.
So interestingly, there are these like little, and you painted this the Sukatoa miniature. There's like these little snaky serpent things that are like crawling around him. I don't know that. Oh, maybe. Yeah,
I think I painted them as the water.
Maybe they're even little monsters or something. I'm going to paint them. It's a little hard to see in the light, but you can see it a little bit. But they're being painted blue on him, and that's that. That's how I'm gonna solve that. They honestly almost look like little monsters that are clinging to his skin.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I followed the box art for mine. And I think Betsy's the one that won it.
Yes, Betsy is the one that won it. Yeah. Nothing says Christmas movie like stop motion Rudolph. I do agree with that.
I love that
like
one so much.
The Toyland one. Yeah,
yes.
Those are good.
I always really liked how there was this weird like Christmas extended universe within that company.
Yeah.
Everything was canon because then you had other like one-off, like you had Frosty.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Frosty.
But there were like other movies where you would see like Frosty and Rudolph and stuff would be in other Christmas films. Or like there was one Christmas film where Comet was like the main character.
Yeah.
And I think Frosty actually showed up in that one because they were afraid he was going to melt or something. Like they all intermingled. And I always thought it was really funny because for like the longest time, I thought it was the same company that did Nightmare Before Christmas because at the beginnings of all the films, because they have an Easter Bunny one too, it's doors. It's doorways in trees.
Yes.
That bring you to Easterland and Christmasland and whatnot. Yeah. And so because it's the same kind of thing in stop motion, I just assumed, I was like, yeah. And like, there's Halloween Town right over there. I think you see a pumpkin in one of them too. And I just like in my brain, I was like, yes, that is Halloween Town.
I do not like the Easter Bunny one. That one is one that
I only vaguely remember.
Will Frosty melt? Leave a comment below. I'm dying. JT says the go-to Xmas movie for me and my wife is Love Actually. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's a great. I do like that film. A modified Incredibles quote. Yes, of course. I'm gonna quote more movies, but I only have really seen like 5 movies, so you'll figure out which ones I know. The family tradition here, watch The Polar Express. That's a good one. My younger brother loved that one when we were kids, and would insist that we watch that every year. I don't remember how we got on the topic of Christmas, but it's good stuff. 'Tis the season, almost. Oh, because you're talking about Hallmark.
I was.
Movies and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, you need to figure out how to get your way onto a Hallmark movie set. Because I feel like you'd make a great Christmas story character. Because you would be just like the actors, you'd be totally into it.
I would be so into it. I would just be like, yes, put me on a tree farm in Vermont. I don't
Have me wear fuzzy sweaters.
I've been murdered enough times. I can.
You're like, I'm ready to break it a little bit.
I'm ready to not be murdered.
I think I'm gonna need to put my dog in his cage. I will be right back momentarily.
I just entertain everyone all on my own. Olaf versus Frosty. Ooh, I don't know about that one. I feel like Olaf and Frosty would get along. I feel like they'd sing a song together. I feel like it would be a song that would get stuck in all of our heads.
I agree with that. And then a death match. Josh, where's the holiday spirit? What is that about? You know they would like enjoy each other's company and sing a song together. Yeah.
No, you cannot have.
Yeah. He says you need to be in an Xmas movie in the South, and then in the end it snows on Xmas Day, which is true. I think they're now in Texas.
Okay, so I remember the first time I saw snow in Louisiana, and I lived in Lake Charles, and it does not snow there, and the snow melted like 10 feet above the air, and we were like in kindergarten or something, and all the teachers like brought us outside and were like, look at the snow, and we were like, no, where? This doesn't look like the pictures.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Fun facts. Oh, there's silver. That'd be fun. Let's add some silver on this.
Tim says death all Frozen stuff.
I don't mind Frozen. I definitely don't think it lived up. I don't think it deserves all the hype, but I don't mind Frozen. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's that amazingly good. No, you cannot eat that.
Our daughter was born during a snowstorm in Houston. Oh my goodness.
It can
well,
snow.
I know that like what it was, last year they had the whole issue with the electric, and it definitely was snowing then. Power grid and everything. I know it does snow in Texas. I know it snows in the South. It snows. I just know it's like more icy. It's not fluffy.
I did have lots of ice storms in Louisiana. I remember that.
Okay, I am now done. On further edge highlighting, I was able to determine that actually there are littles on this guy's body, and the eyeballs have like tentacles around them. So that's what I was painting. Fun stuff. But as we normally do for our show, it is time for us to look at miniatures from the group. So I'm actually going to have the chat go away. Like, I don't know if Gretchen, you can see the chat.
Dropped my mini.
When I make it go away. I don't know what your view is.
I can see a chat.
Okay, a chat. Yeah. So it's just that people watching see it. But yeah, we're going to look at miniatures, part of our Facebook group, which you can find right here. And yeah, we have a lot of fun there. It's been just before the show, I was telling Gretchen, like, it's been really fun that people have been interacting and sharing and just enjoying abilities. Yeah. So make sure you join, that you're part of the Facebook group, because every week I ask for different photos if you'd like to showcase what's going on. And it's a good time. I do want to real quick share the picture of Gretchen's cats real quick, just so that I'll appreciate them. And we do see good old Calcifer just staring in the back. Just being really, I agree, very aggressive.
I am going to eat my some of my food.
Your food? Oh yeah, go ahead while we're chatting. That's a good idea. So we have, oh, let me see if I get it so that I'm not right here. Oh, nope. That's unfortunate. Here we go. That's how I want to do it. So first we have Ager's son, who has antagonists for his Firefly Serenity G campaign, which when I heard that, I was super excited. I love Firefly. And to me, these are like the townsfolk.
They really look so good.
I know. I was like, these are awesome. These are townsfolk, I feel like, from any city or anything like that. Oh no, did the stream die? I do see that my internet is really slow like right now, but it was faster earlier. So hopefully it'll pick back up. Sorry, JT. But yeah, I love these. These are really colorful and something that definitely I think harkens to the actual show. I feel like the show sometimes has like garish colors and stuff like that. Like what's her face's pink dress that she wears?
Kaylee's pink dress.
Yeah, Kaylee's pink dress. Yeah.
I think this does a really good job, though, that even though there are all so many different colors, the style is consistent and the saturation of the colors is consistent, so they all look like they belong in the same universe.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know if you got that, JT, but my internet, I can see it. It's like going in and out, so I'm sorry that it's slow. Now Alex Larson with some War Machine. So Alex hadn't been painting for a while, and so this was one of their newer miniature projects that they were able to complete. So first of all, congrats, Alex. They look super awesome. I'm loving the like neon blue against the white. It's super powerful, and I think a way to make it look glowing without, I think, having to do a lot of extra, having to do a lot of extra OSL, basically. Oops. Then we have Andrew Allenback. These two are very tenacious bards from Westphalia Miniatures.
Very tenacious indeed.
They're ready to rumble. They look like Hobbit bards.
I feel like Jack Black would definitely be a Hobbit bard. I don't know if that's what you were going for with saying the word tenacious and having bards and having one kind of vaguely look like Jack Black there. But I feel like if that was what we're going for, I was picking it up, and I think it's a good idea.
You're picking up what we
like Jack Black is obviously a bard. Like hands down the bard. But like I've never thought about it until this very instance. But I feel like he would be a hobbit. Like just think about it. Just like a jolly party going man. I feel like he'd be a hobbit bard.
Yeah. No, I
want to play that character now. Hobbit bard Jack.
Totally tenacious. Yeah, I think so. No, but these are looking good. They are a nice addition to your little world that you're building. Because you see the wagon and the well in the back. And then we have Ashlyn, who is in the chat. My tribute to World War I hero, Alvin York. Very cool. I thought this was awesome. And I'm pretty sure the mini that we saw maybe last week or the week before, but Dave had mentioned the cards that you painted, and so it was fun to completely paint it on his helmet here. I really like the detail work that you've done there. And also the barbed wire. That is a very nice touch, and I think lends itself to the World War I hero vibe that you're going for. So great job on that. Great. And I love the scuff marks also that you did on the plate metal armor and his pants as well. Just some really good, nice textures. Mwah. Chef's kiss. We have the Bowers kids. First mini, which is really exciting. So it looks like we have, you know, 2 magic users, obviously. Maybe a wizard and potentially a warlock. But these are looking awesome.
They look great.
Bright colors. Yeah. Something that Dave always says is you got to lay down good base colors with clean edges.
And everything looks very pretty.
These are looking really good. So good job, guys.
I like how one has warm colors and one has cool colors.
True. Yeah. That's nice. They do play to each other well. I'm excited to see what you guys do with the clear parts, or sort of the spell effects. Those are always fun. If you're able to get some sort of like inky, you know, thing put on there. Make it look like fire or
magic.
Blue magic from the sky. But yeah, these look awesome. Congrats on your first mini. Hopefully one of many. And then we have Chris Gorka with Star-Lord. As always, he's heat miser and he's cold miser. That's funny. Green flame. Yes, as Josh said, maybe you need to put a green. Maybe one of these needs to be a green. What am I saying? As always, we have Chris Gorka with a really amazing paint job. And I really seeing the whole model is really good, but I really liked the class effects, which I actually kind of covered with his words. The text, but the like neon, the flame cloud effects. These are great.
It looks, instead of it just being like flame, it looks like it's the pillowy bits of smoke are more appropriate. Like it doesn't look like just a bunch of exhaust. It looks like there's actually like motion coming.
Combustion and like combustion
that's a good one.
Is happening, or like some sort of like reaction. So I feel like Chris probably did look at reference photos of maybe the space rockets that have been taking off recently, because this looks like that to me, where it looks like the combination of those gases that are creating that and making that effect. And shades of tangerine sherbet. Yeah, it's true. The shades are beautiful, but they also feel really realistic, and I love that about it. So great job. And if Chris did, I assume Chris used reference photos, and it's just one of those things where if you don't know how to paint something or you're confused, Gretchen said this multiple times before, and I'll say it again while she's eating, is that you should get reference photos and use them to your advantage. If you need light source, or even Ashlyn had, the armor wear. I don't know if Ashlyn used a reference photo, but if you're not sure how scuffed armor should look, like look it up, because that will really improve your choice of where you're putting the paint on the mini and how you're putting it down.
And if the thing that's holding you back from using reference photos is you feel like you're cheating, know that you are not. Looking at something and drawing is looking at a reference. Like, it's looking up things is no different than looking at a person directly in the room with you and drawing them. And asking people for reference photos too. If you have friends that have, like, I have always told all my art friends, if they need sword references at any point in time, holding swords, like they just, they'll be like, Gretchen, I need to see hands if they're doing this. And I'll be like, sure, that's not how that works.
But it's really helpful.
Yeah, try maybe this angle where your thumbs aren't broken. I don't know. So like,
No, it really can help make more realistic color choices and stuff like that, and just, I think, help maybe you pull from a stumbling, like if you don't like how many looks, or something like that. Now, next we have Garrett Gallant with a Chaos Warrior from Age of Sigmar in a very nice purpley blue tone. So Garrett, I think you've done a really good job here. The lighting on this is very interesting. So sometimes I'm not sure if it's like overexposed a little bit or if it's the painting. But I'm enjoying the light that you've put at the edge of each of the armor pieces to help bring that forward, especially around his neck, so that then focused in on his helmet face area.
And
Looks
I like
super nice.
the color choice with the basing colors too. Kind of give this vibe of like a very soft kind of lighting happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't look. It looks like almost, you know how like in newer
Cloudy day.
Yeah, like a cloudy day,
Mm-hmm.
like a gray filter, like a everything is kind of like that desaturated gray blue, and then you have the desaturated like rock and dead grass kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's an overall very nice effect. So good job. Next, we have Gavin Williams, who finished the Knights for Adeptus Titanicus. Titanic. Is there an N there? Titanicus. Well, he didn't put one, but I'll say it.
Titanius.
Yeah.
Adeptus Titanius.
These are looking awesome.
I want to know what the difference between the blue ones and the tan ones are. I want to know what the difference for the blue ones and the tan ones are in like gameplay.
That's fair. You know, I could make something up. Yeah, I could make
Pretend you're Dave. Pretend you're Dave.
Well, if I were Dave, I would say something like, "Oh, the blue ones mean, you know, you're a medic or something."
I really hope that you are 110% correct.
So apologies to everyone who is a Warhammer fan. But yes, we enjoy your paint job, Gavin, and you can inform us what these are for exactly and how you use them in play. I think the color choice of I'm able to actually can zoom in. I forget. There's some really nice wear on the bottom of the painting. On the bottom of these miniatures, where they're like they've been stepping through this like rusty colored oil place, and that is really awesome. And I love when there's lots of texture and the blue ones are a little sad. IDK. Oh no. Also, hello to Lonely Heart. I'm just not Lonely Hearts. Hello to Lonely Yeti. Thanks for joining. Gretchen and I are looking at miniatures from the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook group. We're trying to figure out what these blue ones are for, and I'm loving the detail on these, Gavin. I think you've done an awesome job, and should be proud to put them on the table. Next, we have Jason with WizKid Grim Reapers, and actually earlier in the week he had asked like, which one do you prefer? So that is my question to you, Gretchen. Which one do you prefer?
Which one do I prefer? That's difficult. I like how on the one that is to, I don't know if it shows up the same way for me. The one that is to my my left is the one with the definitive like very black cloak, and I think Oh my goodness, Kitten is trying to eat sriracha.
Kitten, stop!
That is not kitten safe and appropriate. But I think the one with the black cloak looks more like billowy, like smoke-like. But I like the highlighting on the purple a whole lot.
Phantom.
I feel like the detail is more visible in the more purpley one. Oh, that's tough. Like, I feel like if I go to grab the black one, I would phase through it because it's a little bit softer.
Yeah.
Josh, is that like saying, do you prefer oranges or apples? I like them both equally, but for different reasons. See, there we go.
It was just a question that Jason had asked earlier, so I was interested to know your opinion, because I agree.
Both are very good in different ways.
Both quality paints, and I think it depends on the environment, or as you said, Gretchen, sort of the creature that you want to invoke when you're bringing your players through. So great job, Jason. We really do enjoy those. Next, we have Jason Sutton with Lizardmen from Lost Adventures Kickstarter. And I think you had posted one of these earlier, like last week or maybe the week before. Or might have been the work in progress that we saw. But yeah, love these good Lizardmen. Also, I love that he has like this heroic pose.
I love
so
it.
Funny.
I want to see more non-human like heroes.
Yeah, like I just love that he's like,
day.
I need to put my foot on this rock, and I am a hero, guys. Hero. Yeah, the base is really cool. So I like the difference of the rocks that you've been able to create. Super nice. Excited to see the shield. I don't know if you're finished it yet. I'm looking forward to that. So keep up the good work. Yeah. I think doing saturated colors for dinos is always a nice way to go. Next, we have Joel with a finished falcon. So last week I had asked for, he has a little captain in him. Yes, it's true. Joel had showed us a works of this, and now it's done. So some of the differences are that Joel definitely added more shading and depth to the different areas. And I believe added that gray patching color as well. And just some wear and tear on like these little holes and the edges and stuff like that. So even like the satellite dish. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Lonely Yeti. It is really nice. So sorry, Gretchen, what were you going to say?
I was saying there's a lot of blending around, because previously, and in the other picture, if I'm remembering correctly, it's the one where he said, "Oh no, I've bitten off more than I can chew," or something similar.
Yeah.
But in this photo, it looks like all of those bits that were kind of in disarray because they'd kind of just been like placed on the canvas, have all been kind of properly blended into where they needed to blend in, and put where all the things have come together. There's no more oh no's.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it was the one, yeah, it looks really nice. The smoothness, it's clear that there has been some hand painting, but most of it, I assume, has been an airbrush. And I want to say, ooh, because Josh is asking what this is. All I remember is it was a big scale. So, I mean, I want to say 1/32 scale, but I don't know that for sure.
No.
That's my guess for you, Josh, is that it's a 1/32 scale. Because when he showed us a picture, it was on his desk, and it was taking up a significant portion of it. So good job, Joel. We love the finished look. It looks awesome. And yeah, looking great. I wonder if it was for a commission. Next, we have JT with this amazing old Necron monolith.
Ooh, that is some cool object source lighting.
Yes. And I had just seen a video online about this painter who creates these like neon light. Like basically they have a black canvas and then they create neon. Very similar to what you've done here, JT. And it's awesome. It looks really good. And I think
it really does.
A good job with it. So congrats on your like glowing light. It looks really good. And it's interesting how the key really is that there is darkness in the corners, right? Like we can't even see the corners or even the top. Like they just blend away. into the
Not
background,
be
which is
afraid of contrast.
yeah, the contrast there makes it mwah, chef's kiss. Looking awesome. So congrats there, JT. I wonder if our Facebook, the stream keeps going in and out, so sorry to friends if they're not able to catch what we're selling it. The bright light, the bright flare sell it. Yeah, I agree with that. It almost looks like it's pulsing too.
Yeah.
Looks really good. So, and yeah, don't want to miss the amazing, like, huge just guns sitting right there. But good job. Look, can't wait for more. Or I would actually be interested to see you do that on a mini. But
that would be interesting.
I'm not here commissioning you, so you don't have to do that. Next, we have Laura Cardi, their first 40K orc, which is really exciting. So this is through someone else in the group. They like posted their partner's miniature, which was really fun. So Laura, if you're watching, this is awesome. Love what you've done here. And I even see some edge highlighting in the like red band area. That looks really great. It looks awesome. And I love the rust boots that you've given them. I think that color is really successful. So just really clean job, very nice detail, and everything's painted and covered, and which is really
green for the skin tone too.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if that's like a contrast paint. But that green is really bright and vibrant and super fun. So congrats. Welcome to the world of painting, and may you have many more finished painted minis. Next, we have Liam Myers.
Ooh.
With an awesome Halloween spooky, I guess he is actually the Grim Reaper because he has his little weapon here.
Scythe.
But I love it. Yeah, scythe, excuse me. I'm really loving this mini. I would love to know where this mini is from and if it's part of like a game or something. But you've done a really good job on making this character kind of come to life with some of the bright highlights that you've given him. It really feels like he's like ready. You kind of caught him mid.
He kind of looks like he came out of a comic book or something. He's vibrant and he's like the way that he's posed, and I really love the details on I don't know how large this is. It doesn't look large, but the fact that all of the teeth and everything on the pumpkin head, it's not muddled or anything. You can see all the little details.
Yeah. Looks awesome. I'm just very impressed. And it's interesting because there's quite a few colors going on this miniature. But I think because you've used the Pumpkin King, yeah, might be. I think because you've used the red around the vest and then back again on the underside of the cape, it's really helped tie together the focal point of the miniature. So it's kind of it's like okay,
I guess.
Yeah.
Mirroring the skull up top. It all just comes together so nicely.
Oh, true. Yeah, right there.
Everywhere.
So like even though there are lots of colors going on, it kind of works that the red is the one that's like pulling it. It's just like the red is bright enough and bold enough that it pulls it together.
It doesn't conflict with the blue.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even the orange. Like I would be wary to put a bright red next to an orange like that. But anyway, we've talked about your knitting enough. Awesome job. Great job. Keep painting.
Saturation.
Next, we have Nick Bodar with the Wookiees for Star Wars Legion. So these are actually the new Wookiees for Star Wars Legion, which is super awesome. They came out very recently, either last week or maybe last month. And I think you've done an awesome job. Good job, Nick. They look really cool.
I love how they all have different personalities and all of the colors are subtle enough to keep with that without making them like outlandish or garish.
Yeah, it's true. Colors, Lonely says, yeah, I agree. I think they all have, my assumption is they all have the same base color. And then he dry brushed different colors on top. And I think that's a really smart way of building up the mini to be different, and create kind of 4 very unique players that have a lot of texture on them. Love the beard. I know. I love that little purple. I don't know why. It really, it's nice. Looking good. Next we have Roger Moore. I don't know if Roger's still with us. If you are, hello. If not, that's okay. Roger painted up Theophana and Gleb from Rurik Dawn of Kiev expansion, which I assume is by Peacekeeper Games. The game behind you. So yeah. Wonder how, when I saw this picture, I did have to wonder how many minis Rurik Dawn of Kiev has. If it's as many as the other one that you were painting. But yeah, no, these guys are great. I love the female that you've been able to paint.
Her dress is pretty.
Her dress is really nice. Some really nice attention to detail, even in the stones of her necklace and the ornamentation right along the neckline. So, and I think also some nice use of colors that we see in the box, actually. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if Roger probably did this on purpose, but like the green from her dress is very similar to the green in the box. And then obviously he painted up a super similar to artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And just, it looks really nice. Nice. You know, why think outside the box when literally when they've already made it for you? I think I'm very like I'm always like, oh, I don't want to paint it like how the artwork is, but someone's already done the work for you. You can paint it like the artwork.
I go back and forth. I think it depends what I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah, that's fair. Next we have Sharon Profita. And Sharon still needs basing and a few touch-ups, but this is the GW Sylvaneth Tree Lord.
Did you know that Tiffany is short for Theophania? Yes and no. There was a whole report done about that where they went through and tried to like confirm all of that, and like if Tiffany was a real name, and they came up with the result that it's mentioned once in one source. And other than that, they can't prove it, which is really cool. However, the name Tiffany in modern times became wildly popular as a name after Breakfast at Tiffany's from the
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And that is the first time that you see it in a substantial amount in records. So it was really cool. I was like, that's really neat. Huh. Fun facts, the more you know.
The more you know. Oh, hi, Chris Gorka. Thanks for joining.
Woo-hoo.
We talked about your mini, and I said nice things. No, with your mini.
Not suspicious at all. No, they were totally very, very nice.
They were only nice. Yeah, we're just looking at minis from the group. So Gretchen and I are painting from our houses and enjoying remote painting. So thank you for joining us. And yeah, I talked about the smoke. That's what I was talking about in your Star-Lord mini. So good job there. Oh yeah, I didn't actually talk about Sharon. Sorry, got sidetracked about Tiffany. Josh Potter. Sharon did an excellent job here because the contrast between the blue-gray and then the warm colors on sort of the feather tendril things brings a beautiful composition to this.
I feel like I'm in art class right now, and
I'm sorry. I'm really like this is like that's
very good.
Dave's bent is about the technique, and my bent is like gonna talk about the composition and on the colors and how they work because that's
I love it so much.
So yeah,
that's how I always feel. Like I feel like it's always on the verge of turning into a art class kind of
semi-art class.
Yeah, everybody say one thing nice. Always.
I know, right? The because I think the effect of the blue, I'm not sure if it's airbrushed or maybe it was just dry brushed on there, but that was
beautifully blended.
Really well blended, and I think is one of the successful things of this. So great job. And then we have Sean Gleason with some more work on the Titan. Mr. Titan. We've been seeing him for a couple weeks now. And it's really great because this picture, I think, is a little closer than some of the other ones. Or maybe you took it at a different time of day. So the lighting is awesome. And we can really see all the detail, all the little line work that you've done, all the orange. I see that you've gone back in and done like fire orange and some of this and some of the places. And it's just really all coming together and bringing that extra feel, I think, for Warhammer, not Warhammer. Warhammer miniatures that need to go. So I'll be interested to see. I guess you still have to do the base.
It looks like you started the base there.
All the gray still need to be painted. That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, what more needs to be painted here? Maybe some weathering. That would make sense, or scuff marks or something like that. So great job. Looking good. We have Thomas. Oh, hi, Caddy. We have Thomas with a red slad using the paint night kit. Oh, very cool. So WizKids has different paint night kits that are available at your friendly local game store, and they have one that comes out every month. So make sure you're checking in with them if you're interested in having kind of an easy go-to all-in-one paint kit. The WizKids ones are pretty good. And Thomas used the red slad, so looking nice. I like that you've committed to this red.
It's a very good red. It's like a very blood red, like fresh blood red.
I really like it. I even like that you painted I don't know if they recommended you paint the eyes red, but I like that you've committed and painted the eyes red as well. It makes the character feel that much more evil. And then last one, we have Wyatt, who says, not, but at least I'm finished the sky from Massive Darkness.
I think is this the same tiger guy we saw last time? Like he was in the work in progress. I think he ended up looking great. I don't know what you mean by not your best. Like he looks good.
And who knows, maybe in person
he agrees. The cat sees the cat.
The cat agrees. Who knows, maybe in person he can see more problems with it. But I agree, Gretchen. I think it's a nice mini. It looks good. I think maybe one thing you could do just to highlight around the face a little, not highlight, but focus in on the face, is you could bring down the shadows, like you could, or deepen around the cloth in his face. And that might just kind of give him a frame a little bit. And then you would feel more like, oh, when I look at this mini, I look right at his awesome, teeth, as opposed to everywhere.
I love it though. I love the lighter fur on the palms, the around the muzzle.
Yeah.
Like all the places that you would expect it to be for a tiger, under the eyes.
It's true. Yeah, looking great. So thanks for sharing. Even if you felt it wasn't your best, you did a great job and definitely should be proud of this mini. So thank you to everyone who commented, shared their picture. Shout out to some new people that we saw. we saw their works in progress and also their finished minis. So it's always really fun to see what's going on and enjoy people's mini painting. And then I can critique it like it's an art class. If you're interested, we do have a Painting Happy Little Minis group. That's where I grabbed all these photos, and that's where we all chat throughout the week. And we also have some giveaways that are happening. Let's see, I just finished up the war paints giveaway. Actually, Wyatt won that. Wyatt Wagner.
So what?
Congrats. And they've already contacted me, so good stuff there. And then currently we have a Monster Bash miniature giveaway, which is basically just some monsters that Gretchen and Dave painted up over the course of the past 2 or 3 months. And yeah, those are going to be someone will win 4 different monsters. My hope was that like either you could just put them on your shelf, or if you're a D&D RPG player, they could be part of your next monster.
Monster encounter.
Yeah, encounter. So, but yeah, if you're interested, be sure to join the group, and then you can be part of those giveaways. And I try to have one like every month. So if you don't get one, we'll see you about next month, which will be fun. Yeah. All right, let's get back to painting. What are you going to try and finish up in the last 20 minutes that we have here?
I'm going to try to get these 2 to have bases. The blue one, I don't think I'm going to get anything better on him. He looks better on the screen than he does in real life, I think. My fear is getting too busy happened, and he just looks a touch too busy, but that's okay. I really like how the red one turned out. I think the red one looks really nice. So, woo! But
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and paint up another one?
In 20 minutes, probably not. But I will see if I can get the bases. I think I'm going to do a snowy base for the blue one.
Okay.
And I don't know what I'm going to do for the other guy.
So how are you going to do a snowy base?
I am going to grab some white, and I'm going to pop that down. And
just white?
I'm not going to throw it. I'm not going to throw it. I'm going to...
You're going to just...
Very, in a coordinated and careful manner, I am going to paint some white down.
Okay. I thought maybe you would paint blue in the shadows.
Oh, I might do some blue in the shadows. That's a good idea. JT says, I'm off to watch your Baltimore Ravens play Thursday Night Football. See you all next week.
Hey, Ravens! I'll always shout out the Ravens because, you know, Baltimore pride right here. Yeah, see you later, JT. Hopefully the Ravens will win.
Immediately got white on this jacket.
Oh,
no! That's fine. That's okay. We're good.
Betsy said, can't wait for the Army Painter speed paint giveaway. I do need to make sure that happens. So don't worry, Betsy. I will write that down, put it in my brain, and try and make that happen for you guys. Have fun, JT. Thanks for joining the show. Always appreciate it. Also, hopefully your kids enjoyed Roblox. John said a snowy base.
Careful, don't let it go. I already did. Your warning came too late.
It did.
That put your little paws down.
I think I put the wings on Valkyla too soon, making it difficult to do the details now. Yeah. I understand that struggle, Ashley. And I do apologize that happened to you. Is there a way you could take them off? Probably not well. I'm answering my own question here. Sorry, don't worry. I feel like my recommendation would be it's okay. You can just let this one go. And then you know for future not to do that. Unless you really want to paint them.
Nope, kitten. No.
Hi, cat is like, no, but I'm a good cat. I'm such a good cat.
I should definitely eat what's left of your noodles.
The noodles are noodles.
Drink out of the paint water.
This paint water's mine, the cat says.
Yeah.
I put my dog to bed and now he's dramatically sighing because he was not happy about that.
Yeah, the dog is just kind of giving me side eye because it's past dinner time.
Oh, yeah.
Calcifer just hangs out because he knows I'll get to it. He knows the routine. The little kitten has finally calmed down enough to just kind of chill in my lap and not be here, there, and everywhere. But he'll freak out as soon as the stream's over and I go to the food bowl.
I'll be like, it's my food bowl. So basically what I'm doing on my mini, which you can't really see what I'm doing, but I took a lighter blue color. Actually, you can see that. It's a lighter gray blue. And I'm now putting it on the edges. Well, the cresting of the wave. I'm adding that more to that area. And over top of some of the darker blue that I did. But not over like the whole thing, so you can still see some of it. And yeah, we'll see. It's looking definitely more like water. It's kind of weird water. And I remember you saying that, Gretchen.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Like, I like how it turned out. I like how mine eventually came together, but it was definitely a process, I feel, painting it.
Yeah. It's not intuitive. It's not intuitive water. You kind of have to be like, how to make this work? Almost thinking about as like a little creature. But yes, we should be in studio next week, which will be fun and exciting. And because Dave is in Australia,
is he going to be calling in?
He will be calling in. Yes, that is the plan at this point. Is that Dave will be able to call in. And I don't know if people remember, but a couple weeks ago, Gretchen had to call in. And it'll be similar. So we'll be able to see what Gretchen's painting, and Dave will join us and also paint along with us, but it won't be as like, we won't be able to see as closely what he's painting. What will be cool is that he will be around the world, and it'll be the morning for him.
It will be. Josh says, did we ever talk about the importance of pet hair in miniatures paint jobs? I watched so many different streams that might have been on someone else's. I don't know if we have, but I definitely, I don't know about pet hair in particular. Despite how hairy my house is, I think I've done a pretty good job at not having pet hair on the minis. But Calcifer has chewed on pretty much every mini I've painted in my house, including those that have been given away. Calcifer, that especially the frost giant, for as lovely as that guy turned out, I was really worried that Calcifer, like, he would not leave it alone, and I would come.
My snack.
He loved it. He wanted it so bad. He would follow it to the kitchen, and I'd have to put it up in the cabinet in the kitchen so he couldn't get to it.
Oh and my gosh!
He was just like in love with it. The little one, which is like hanging out here the whole time.
Oh my gosh! So cute. Oh my gosh.
But he's not so much, doesn't look like he's involved in wanting to chew them. He came over and he really wants to get the paint water. And he tried to like bat at some of the paints, but he thankfully wasn't into chewing on these little guys.
Oh, that's good.
Which is funny since he's chewed on little dinosaurs that I have left out.
Jason says, just add texture, Josh. Just added texture. Yeah, we have not talked about pet hair, I believe. And maybe now that Dave has pets, he'll be able to talk about that more.
Now we'll all have cats.
Now we'll all have pets. My dog doesn't really shed that much, so I don't have to worry about that.
Join us with the cats.
I would, but I'm actually allergic to cats, which is sad. And not my choice, but my body's choice. Glue the hair on, make a cat giant. Oh yeah, there you go. No frost, like Gretchen, why didn't you just embrace it? It's not a frost giant, it's a cat giant. This mini just has like badly glued hair.
He was trying.
Oh, Josh Potter says, I think GW will be releasing proprietary cat hair soon. It'll be like those, what are they called? Those like grass packs.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It'll be like that, but with cat hair. You just smash your mini in there. Oh my gosh. It'd be so... I don't like this. I've disgusted myself.
No.
Sorry, I'm getting concentrated because I'm trying to do some more edge highlighting. Static cat hair shaker confirmed. Yes. Ah, shoot. I have too much paint on this paintbrush. And so I'm not getting the effect, the desired effect.
I don't have a brown.
You don't have a brown.
I know.
Oh.
I thought I did. I might have brought the brown in. The kitten has opinions about not having brown.
He's like, no brown? What?
What color should it be then?
I think I'm going to actually just repaint. So in the camera, I actually put a cream base on like his fins, and I'm going to paint over that because the original base color was not good coverage. And so the black of the miniature, or actually I think it might be primer. I primed this in black. The black of the primer is showing through, so I actually just need a better...
Don't stick your nose on there.
I need a better base coat. Which honestly happens to me a lot because I'm really... Oh, Josh said, I just checked and there doesn't seem to be any cat damage that I can tell on the Frost Giant. He's just chilling out with the owlbear waiting to eat some more adventurers.
Yeah, I don't think he actually got to the point of like having like damage or anything like that.
It's just that he did want to eat it.
He did want to eat it. Like he chewed on it a little bit. Thankfully, it seemed the plastic was stronger than his jaws. Thankfully, Calcifer is not a dog.
Yeah.
And of course, if there was any actual damage, we wouldn't have given it away.
Yeah, honestly, that's fair.
But it was just
like, don't worry, Josh, it's a great mini. Oh, hi, Wyatt. Thanks for joining.
No, you cannot have.
We talked about your mini.
Paint water.
We thought your mini was really good, even though you said it wasn't your best. We thought it was really awesome. Better late than never. Yeah, thanks for joining. Also, congrats on winning the war paints. I'll be getting those out to you very quickly. We had some technical things at our company. That's why Gretchen and I are remote. So we weren't able to mail those out right away. So if you could just be patient. I'll just whisper. I don't know why I'm whispering that. Well, you're going to call me or something, but we're going to send those out to you, and I'll let you know when those get out. So good stuff. Yeah, what I was trying to say with base coats is I water down my paints a lot. Like I strategically put my water bowl far away. My water bowl. It's just a little jug. It's not a bowl. I put it far away from me because I have this really bad habit of washing my brush every time. Well, I do wash my brush every time, but when you paint with acrylic and you put it on canvas, you can actually keep dipping it like back in the water. And even if it thins down because it's on the canvas, it won't really matter. Like it doesn't go anywhere, you know? Mm-hmm. But on a mini, it slides off. And then it leaves a bare spot because it's 3D. And so I've been learning that you actually really have to keep your paints thick.
Well,
like if you want base coat,
thicker than
like you need to thin them down to do certain things, but for base coat specifically, it's like you kind of can keep them pretty. I'm saying I thin down too much. You need to thin them down. I'm thinning too much. Too much thin. I need more thick. And that's just been something I've have been learning throughout my painting journey. No worries. I can't complain about winning. Take your time. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Appreciate your patience.
I know I have 2 little dragon hatchlings.
Yay! You can tell your coworker.
Yeah, I'll bring one in tomorrow. I'll be like, finally, the dragon I have promised you.
Did you want to paint the other ones on next week's stream?
I can.
Yeah, because you could just bring them in. That could work.
Little tiny kitten. No. Me doing my hair in a ponytail. Now he's like, her hands are distracted. Shoulder cat.
I have had to learn how much to thin my paints every time when I sit down. Yeah, I'm just not good at it. I'm like, let's make it thin. And then I'm regretting it the whole time, kind of cursing myself. Because then I have a wet mini, and then I don't let it dry properly.
Oh, I'm bad about that. I never let them dry long enough. And
that's muddy. Why are these muddy colors?
That's what happened. That's the difference between the blue one and the red one. Is the blue one I did not leave enough dry time, so it's not bad, but it's definitely not like the best. And the red one, I did leave enough dry time, and I was a little bit more patient. And even though it's less paint colors, it looks a lot cleaner and better.
Right.
And I'm like, well,
it's just crazy, kind of. And it's not crazy, but it's interesting how those small little things really do make a difference. Because in my opinion, they shouldn't, because they're so small. And I should be able to paint what I want to paint, however I want to paint it, how fast I want to paint it. So, I'm liking how he's coming out. You can kind of see the green on his fins is more. I might have to go over his middle section now, because his stomach is cream colored.
Mm-hmm.
You can just put that anywhere. But anyway, I like, it's kind of bright. It adds a brightness to it, this like lime green color, which is fun because, as I said, like he has these eyes and tentacles, and those are bright blue. So I think it kind of works. There's some more brightness. I was trying to go for like really Loch Ness Monster vibes, which actually still dull down the fins to a more like a gray.
White says, not painting Scare minis for the 10th anniversary? Listen. We did not know that, or at least I didn't know that was coming up.
Yeah, sorry. Why aren't we painting Skyrim minis? When is this anniversary you speak of? 11th. Oh, it's literally today.
Yeah.
Oh. No, we missed a chance. Does it count that I painted a water monster?
I painted dragons.
I feel like that exists in Skyrim.
There's dragons in Skyrim. I know this.
Yeah, little did you know we are painting Skyrim minis. It's just like, you didn't know. We didn't know. So, thank you to everybody who's joined us in the chat and joined us online. They let you do proxy minis for the Call to Arms games. Okay, there you go. Yep. Proxy minis right here. As I said, we were painting from our house this day, as you all probably noticed. And hopefully we will be able to be back in studio, and Dave will be able to join us from the world, which is really fun and exciting. And we'll be able to check in with him and see what he's been doing. Make sure you're not already that you're part of our Painting Happy Lonely's Facebook group. I know Facebook isn't for everybody, but if it's for you, join our community. We have a good time, and people post lots of pictures. And if you have any mini painting questions, be sure to ask them there as well throughout the week. And it's also where I post different giveaways. So thank you for joining. Gretchen, it was good to see you. And I'm going to try and close out the stream. This is the first time I've been using Restream. So just give me a hot second. It was good to see you all. Good night.